Let's start out with Jiuyan's kit. A basic attack fires a gun up to 5 times in a row. On the 5th hit, it spawns a flower on the target. Her hold attack consumes petals to explode that flower. You get the petals from dodge attack, intro, autos, and her E skill. You can explode the flower after 5 seconds. It does damage over time and auto explode after like 20 seconds. Her E skill is gonna dash behind the target, apply a flower to the target, and drag or group all mobs around it to that target. And it's gonna spawn a flower on the target as well and give you 4 petals. Her ult is gonna do AoE attack in front of her or around her, and on the last hit it's gonna explode all the roses on the mobs that are hit. Then for the passive, we are gonna have, it basically spawns 1 extra Vitabot every time you cycle, and instead of having a limit of 3, it has a limit of 6, so it basically just doubles your Blossom damage. And when these Vitabots hits a target, it takes 15% extra anima damage from those hits. And if they don't have a rose on them, it applies a rose. The life skill just reduces vehicle durability damage taken and decreases the modification labor fee. That is it for her skills and her kit breakdown. Now for her build, we're gonna use the DPS build and then a support build. For the DPS build, you're gonna want anima damage, double crit, universal damage, and attack bonus. That's attack percentage. In the bottom right, you can see the module setup. The weapon we are gonna use is gonna be Reality Refuge, and the set bonus is gonna be Fireflies of the Forest. Reality Refuge gives us 10% anima damage. I believe it gives 15% flat anima damage, 10% attachment damage, and 20% after your ult for 6 seconds. For the support build setup, we are gonna want to use Haniel Weapon and Speedy Hedgehog. Haniel Weapon gives every character on the field an attack boost when we are not on the field. When we are on the field, it gives us a psychic damage boost, which is wasted, but it's still the best weapon option for the support part. And obviously we're gonna want Speedy Hedgehog. If nobody else in the team is using it, then we can put it on Jiuyan, which just increases the attack of our entire team after casting Ultimate. This is gonna be the module setup for the Speedy Hedgehog. If you do run Speedy Hedgehog and you do run a Cosmo damage dealer, for Blossom you will want to get cycle intensity instead of attack percentage, otherwise all the other substats and main stats are gonna be the same for both builds. Let's get into the awakenings. The first awakening basically just gives her 5% attack for every rose on the target up to 15%. The second one makes her attachment damage 100% more and restores your HP when you explode the rose. 5% for your entire team of the damage dealt. Third one just gives extra break damage, not much to do here. Fourth one is 50% extra damage to the attachment damage and when you explode a rose, and it can transfer roses to other targets. Fifth one is just 8% damage to targets with a rose, and sixth one is 200% damage to targets when they cast a skill, so when the mobs cast a skill. My order would be A6, A2, A4, A3. Then I like to do A1, but you can do A3 if you want that extra break damage, but I prefer A1. So A6, A2, A5, A4, A1, A3. Then let's get into the gift. Magic Puff is going to be the best bang for your buck at 100 points, but if you want to speed up your bond progress, you're going to want the Moon Race for 200 points, but it's going to cost slightly more. If you want a whale and use all your funds but speed up the bond progress, you can get On Track for 400 points. If you want to speedrun it for whatever reason and don't have any more letters left. Usually I would have a team guide and a rotations guide in these videos, but I don't think it's needed for Jiuyan. All you're gonna do is press her E, press her Alt, and then swap off most of the time. Sometimes you will hold the tag if the monsters are not gonna CC who you're swapping into. For team comp, she basically fits into any team comp you ever want, as she is the best grouper in the entire game for right now. Obviously, she is better if you have a Cosmo character, so you can proc those blossoms and use her passive. And the current Cosmo characters are Chiz, MC and Hotori, so those will be her best option. That is gonna be everything for the Jiuyan guide. Hope to see you again. Hope you enjoy NTE. See you next time.